And welcome everyone to another game here at the Bosch Chick Martin Court. Third game of a 4-game homestand for the Brevard College women's basketball squad. 2 for 2 in the first two contests against Mary Baldwin and in a thriller against Southern Virginia on Saturday. Tonight's opponent for the Tornadoes is the Warren Wilson Owls. The Owls are sitting on a winless campaign so far, and the NATOs hope to make sure that does not change at all. NATOs, once again, third game in the last 4 days, and got another one Wednesday, so important to stay fresh, keep rolling, and keep the momentum going as the NATOs have won 10 of their last 12 ball games. Look to make it 11 of 13 here tonight against Warren Wilson. Back here in a moment with stats and a look at the starting lineup, less than 15 minutes away from tip-off here at the Bosch on a Monday night. Back here from the Bosch as the two teams on the floor taking their warm-up shots, the Tornadoes and the Warren Wilson College Owls. Warren Wilson in the midst of a winless campaign, 0-12 so far, 0-5 in conference. The NATOs sitting at 11-4, 8-1 in the conference, riding a two-game win streak and wins in 10 of their last 12, including a 78-70 win against Southern Virginia University on Saturday in a thriller, a game that saw the NATOs down double digits multiple times, including in the fourth quarter, where the NATOs shot 73.3% from the field, or 50% from the field, 73% from the stripe, and 66% from three in the fourth quarter. That game was just brilliant. The comeback, the rally was furious from the team, and we talked to Coach Donald Hudson at the end of the game in a post-game interview, and he talked about the resiliency of this group and how exciting it is to see what these teams play through, or what this team plays through. And Callie Wells, a big contribution. McKenna Parkins, a big contribution. Michaela Street, 2 games in a row with really big contributions for the freshmen. And before we go any further, let's take a look at the starting lineups for tonight. Starting with Warren Wilson. Number 1, Canna Parker, a senior guard, 5'4", out of Raleigh, North Carolina. Number 2, Carmen Eccles, a junior guard, 5 foot even, out of Jackson, Tennessee. Number 4, Tatiana Moosey Lewis, the junior guard, 5'6", out of Anderson, South Carolina. And number 30, Catherine Cosby, senior forward, 6 foot, out of Morganton, North Carolina. And number 32, Cisco McMullen, a sophomore forward, 5'11", out of Godfrey, Illinois. The Owls are coached by head coach Robin Martin and assistants Tasia Allen and KJ McCoy. For the Tornadoes, led by head coach Donald Hudson in year number 7, assisted by Annalie Bollinger in year number 2, and volunteer assistant coach, Tornado alumni Destiny Williams. In the starting lineup tonight, number 3, Journey Tyler, the senior guard, 5'6", out of Knoxville, Tennessee, Knox West High School, UT Chattanooga transfer. Number 10, Olivia Miller, the freshman forward, 5'10", out of Hudson, North Carolina, South Caldwell High School. Number 20, Aisha Short, getting a start tonight, sophomore guard, 5'7", out of Morganton, North Carolina, Hickory High School. Number 23, Callie Wells, a junior guard, 5'6", out of Fort Mill, South Carolina, Fort Mill High School. And rounding out the 5, the steady anchor of this squad, number 24, McKenna Parkins, junior forward, 5'11", out of Marion, North Carolina, McDowell High School. Parkins, 14.4 points per game, 5th in the conference, 8.7 rebounds per game, 4th in the conference. So top 5 in a couple of big metrics across the USA South women's basketball landscape. Olivia Miller, 12 points per game, just outside the top 10, 11th in the USA South in scoring, 5.1 rebounds per game, 2 steals per game, and also 3rd in field goal percentage in the conference. Callie Wells, 11.3 points per game, including a 17-point performance in the win on Saturday. Lexi Shepard, by the way, who is out tonight, is 3rd in the USA South in assists per game at 3.5. About 5 minutes away from game time here. And a real quick look at the all-time matchup between these two teams. The NATOs 4-0 all-time against Warren Wilson in the NCAA era. 2 wins last year, a victory in 2016. And then in the last matchup earlier this season, November 15th, 2022, an early season contest, the Tornadoes with a rout 93-59 victory at Warren Wilson, one of the 12 losses in 12 contests that Warren Wilson has suffered so far. The NATOs look to keep pouring it on here tonight and look to keep the momentum going and keep riding this wave that they have hit here the last few games and really all season long. As I said, 11-4, 8-1 in the conference. Of course, tonight a non-conference matchup, so the conference record will not be affected. We'll take a look around what other teams are playing tonight in the USA South and if the NATOs can close any ground or increase their lead on other squads when we get back. About 4.5 minutes away from the PA announcer Ray Gill announcing starting lineups and the playing of our national anthem, and it'll be time for basketball, time for tip-off here on Chick Martin Court at the Bosch here on the campus of Brevard College, Brevard, North Carolina. Back in just a moment.
before tonight's national anthem, please join the Tornadoes and the Owls on this Martin Luther King Day in taking a moment to reflect and remember the life and legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King. Please join us in a moment of silence. Thank you. Now would you please rise for the playing of our national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, we tonight's starting lineups. First, the Lady Owls of Ward Wilson. Head guard, 5'4" senior from Raleigh, North Carolina, number 1, Kayna Parker. Head guard, 5' junior from Jackson, Tennessee, number 2, Carmen Eccles. Head guard, 5'6" junior from Anderson, South Carolina, number 4, Lucy Lewis. Head forward, a 6' senior from Morganton, North Carolina, number 30, Catherine Cosby. Head forward, a 5'11" sophomore from Godfrey, Illinois, number 32, Cisco Martin. And now, the starting lineup for your Brevard College Tornadoes. Head guard, a 5'6" senior from Knoxville, Tennessee, number 3, Journey Tyler. Head forward, a 5'10" freshman from Hudson, North Carolina, number 10, Olivia Miller. Head guard, 5'7" sophomore from Morganton, North Carolina, number 20, Asa Short. Head guard, 5'6" junior from Fort Mill, South Carolina, number 23, Kelly Wells. And in forward, the 5'11" junior from Marion, North Carolina, number 24, McKenna Parkins. Your Tornadoes are coached by Mrs. Donald Hudson and assisted by Miss Emily Bolger.
PA announcer Ray Gill there with the starting lineups. And here on Martin Luther King Jr. Day, we have USA South Brevard against NCJAA Warren Wilson here. NATO's 4-0 all-time against the Owls, looking to make it 5-0 after tonight. NATO's 11-4 on the season. Olivia Miller goes up for the tip, and the NATOs have got it. Aisha Short with the basketball to start it off. Aisha, right side, Callie Wells, coming off a 17-point performance against Southern Virginia. Now Aisha Short. Short gives right back to Callie. Callie up top, Journey Tyler. Miller, high post, couple of dribbles, turning around, pass up top, Aisha Short, 12 on the shot clock. Aisha going inside, spinning around, puts it up, blocked, gets it back though, passes it over to Journey Tyler, into the corner, Parkins, long two, can't hit, rebound Journey Tyler though, and a new shot clock for the Tornadoes. Aisha Short, firing up a three, can't hit, rebound is brought down by number 32, Cisco McMullen. And a sub instantly. It looks like number 2, Carmen Eccles, may have got banged up there. Number 14, Jenna Ondurko, coming into the ball game for the first time, 5'5" sophomore guard out of Tampa, Florida. The inbound now goes right to her on Durko. And now over to Lewis. Moosey Lewis, leading scorer at 16.1 points per game. Going down low and putting it up off the glass and hitting is McMullen. And so first basket of the night goes for Warren Wilson. Aisha gives over to Callie Wells. Now Olivia up top. Miller working on McMullen. Gives over to the corner to Parkins. Looking for a cutter. Goes around the screen. Now going inside. Putting it up and gets it. Off the roll, McKenna Parkins. Leading scorer for the Tornadoes on the year, 14.4 points per game. That's good for 5th in the USA South, as well as 4th in rebounds per game. Right side now, Parker passes over to Cosby. Parker once again for 3, connects. And the winless Owls with a couple of early baskets here. Nados playing perhaps a little bit of lackadaisical defense. Callie Wells now right wing, goes over to the corner. Parkins right corner, now goes up top. Miller, jab steps back, fires a 3 and hits it. Olivia Miller with the basket there. Inbound coming now on Durko. Over to Lewis. Moosey Lewis. Right side. Looking, stepping back, pulling a 3 now. Too strong. Oh, off the glass, she got it. Another tray, and 3 possessions in a row have ended with 3s. 2 for the Owls, 1 for the Tornadoes. Wells up top, Aisha Short. Over to Miller, left wing. Gives to Callie Wells up top. Wells crossing over now behind the back. Gives to Journey Tyler. Tyler coming around. Up top, McKenna going to fire up a 3. Cannot hit. Rebound there goes to McMullen. And now Moosey Lewis with the ball. Lewis with the basketball. Guarded by Aisha Short. Now on Durko. Gives right back over to Lewis. And that ball is going to go out of bounds, but it'll stay with Warren Wilson. Was knocked out. Lewis with the inbound now. Guarded by Aisha. 7 on the shot clock. Getting a screen from Undurko now. Going around it. 3 on the shot clock. Aisha knocks it out. Aisha has got the steal. And they'll call the shot clock violation. Looked like she may have been retaining that ball right as the buzzer sounded. But the Nados will take it from half court. Olivia Miller, the inbounder. Aisha Short, the inboundee. Callie Wells firing up a 3. Too strong, and that one will go out of play. Rebound too far out of the reach of McKenna Parkins. About 3 minutes in, Nados trailing by 3, 8-5 to the 0-12 Warren Wilson Owls. Olivia Miller with the 3, McKenna Parkins with a 2. Lewis, right wing. Now up top on Durko. Durko trying to go down low, fits it in. Cosby off the glass, no good. Rebound Olivia Miller fighting for it. A jump ball called, and an early whistle there. The possession arrow will keep the ball with Warren Wilson. It looked like Miller could have gotten away out of that, but an early whistle and the jump ball call there. A stacked formation on the inbound here. And it'll go to McMillan down low. McMillan fighting through contact. Nowhere close on the shot there. Forced a wild one up. Aisha Short running into Journey Tyler now, and the basketball goes out of bounds. I don't think Journey Tyler realized the ball was behind her, rolling out, and it'll stay with Warren Wilson. Another opportunity. Aisha was going for the basketball there. She fell. It went out of her hands, and I don't think Journey realized it was right behind her. And the inbound there on Durko goes right to Cosby. Cosby trying to back down Parkins. Going up off the glass, no good. Gets her own rebound, though. Going up again and hits. McKenna not able to box out there, and it's 10-5 Warren Wilson. Aisha Short, aggressive, gives over to Wells. Now back out to Aisha. Long two, can't hit. Rebound Cosby. And the shooting struggles continuing for Aisha Short right now as Parker with the basketball and a travel called. It'll be Tornado basketball. And it'll be a Couple of subs coming in here. Christina Roney, Shania Hauser, Michaela Street, Nalia Boyce, and Jada Wilkins, an entirely new unit. And number 12, Autumn Fritz in for Warren Wilson. Hauser to Wilkins. Wilkins pass over to Street, left alone in the corner, decides to go into the cup. Wow, nice little layup, but it gets blocked. Nice move there by Michaela Street, but wasn't able to get it up. Lewis going over now in the paint. Fritz passing over to Parker now. Parker going inside on Street, fires up a wild shot off the glass, can't get it, and the rebound there by Roney. Christina Roney behind the back, over to her right now. Jada Wilkins going to fire up a high arcing three, can't hit, too strong. NATO's 2 for 10 from the field to start this one. And they find themselves trailing by 5 about 5 minutes in. Crossover there. Lewis going inside, putting it up off the glass. Gets fouled, cannot finish. And will get 2 free throws here. And this is what you could call, and no free throws. Actually, it'll be an inbound from Underco. This is what you could call one of those trap games as Lewis gets it up top where you overlook an opponent and they come out strong out of the gates on you. Underco with the ball up top, now goes over to her left. Parker guarded by Roney. A little bit of traffic trying to get by Roney, cannot. Spinning around, passing now up top. Fritz. Fritz going in on Wilkins, fires up a floater and hits. NATO's find themselves down 7. 5 minutes into a winless squad. Got to ramp it up here a little bit in the first. Christina Roney over to Michaela Street. Street's been very reliable these last 2 games. She's going to fire a 3. Cannot hit, short. Rebound there, Cosby. Parker with the basketball, right side, coming up. Goes over to Fritz. Can't handle it. A fortunate turnover there. And it'll be a media timeout coming here with 4:29 remaining in the first. NATO's find themselves trailing by 7 early on here to a winless Warren Wilson squad. We'll be right back here from the Bosch. Here in the timeout, you see Warren Wilson off to an early lead down in the huddle. Head coach Robin Martin got to be pleased with what she's seeing on the court out of her squad. And good to see in a season that's obviously been filled with struggle, having not won a game, seeing your team come out fighting like this against a really good basketball team in Brevard. And if you're Brevard, on the flip side of that, like I said, this could be one of those trap games where if you overlook an opponent, it comes back to bite you, especially early on, which we're seeing right now. So the NATO's got to get into gear and not take Warren Wilson lightly. Number 24, TJ Sanders, checked in for Warren Wilson. Number 2, Carmen Eccles, back in. Was hurt early on in the ball game. Wilkins with the basketball. Left wing goes up top to Hauser. Now Roney. Right wing up top, Michaela Street. Street going inside, and it'll be a foul against Lewis, I believe. No, it'll be against Carmen Eccles. That's Eccles first and Warren Wilson's first. NATO's have been called for 1. Hauser inbound to Street. Street in the corner. Looking for a pass now, will dribble with her left. Picks up the dribble, goes over to Roney. 13 on the shot clock. Christina Roney gives to Wilkins. Wilkins coming around, stepping back, looking for Roney. 5 on the shot clock, going inside. Christina Roney off the glass. She gets fouled. Roney has played in 2 games, 2 for 7 from the field. Has scored 7 points on the season, and there's number 8. First point of this ball game for Roney. Trying to cut the lead down to 5 here, and will do just that. Eccles with the basketball, gives over to Lewis. Lewis has not had a seat yet. About 6.5 in. Gets ripped there by Street, but recovers. Right side, and she'll be called for a double dribble.
Tornado basketball.
Turnover there by the Owls. That's already their 4th turnover. The Nados have only turned the ball over once, just haven't been hitting their shots. Roney, Hauser, right side, Michaela Street, looking for Boyce instead, opts to Wilkins up top, who will fire up a 3 off the glass, no good. Nalia Boyce right there with the offensive board, though, gives to a cutting Wilkins. Pass over to Hauser. Hauser off the glass, no good. Wilkins gets the rebound, puts it up, and it's good. 3:22 remaining here in the first, and the Nados down 3. Step back 3 on Durko, cannot hit. Rebound, though, goes right to Eccles, who will bring it back out with 16 on the shot clock. Goes over to Lewis, right side. And Street picks her up. She'll fire a long 3. Cannot hit there. Rebound to Leah Boyce. Christina Roney passing over to the right side. Wilkins. Wilkins looking for a cut. Goes inside herself. Will put up the floater. Can't hit. Rebound to Leah Boyce again. Into the corner. Roney fires up a 3. Cannot hit. This rebound brought in by Wilkins, and she throws it right to Underko. Trying to save that board and keep herself in bounds. Ends up giving that one over to Warren Wilson. Underko going to fire up another 3. Can't hit that one. Rebound brought in by Fritz, who puts up a floater and hits it. Nado's down by 5 with 2.5 to go here in the first. Christina Roney, left side, going to Boyce down low. Nice little pass. Boyce off the glass and 1. Nalia Boyce with an and 1 opportunity here. And Lewis will come out in favor of McMullen. And looks like Canna Parker will come back into this one. She'll come and take her place in the block next to Michaela Street. Chance for a 3-point play here, and to make it a 2-point game, Nalia hits the free throw. 3 points for Nalia Boyce, 3 rebounds here in the first. And that pass over to Eccles. Eccles getting by Roney, and she will step on the brakes, and she's fouled. They should have called her for a walk. They did not, and instead it'll be a foul as Roney was trying to rip the basketball out. Should have been a travel there against Warren Wilson. That foot definitely picked up off the floor. Inbound here coming from Underko. She goes over to Fritz, right wing. Down low now McMullen. Ripped by Street. Gets it back, working on Boyce, and passes it right to Street. Another turnover by the Owls. Street racing up the floor now. Middle of the floor. She'll take it herself to the basket. Michaela Street ties the ball game up at 14 apiece with 1:50 to go here in the first. Canna Parker with the basketball. 3rd leading scorer for the Owls, going around the screen, pick and pop, and cannot hit. Rebound knocked out of the hands of Wilkins, and it'll be going the Nados' way. 1:38 to go here in the first, 14 apiece after a slow start by Brevard. Some faces we haven't seen as much this season on the floor right now, including Christina Roney, who goes over to Street. Street up top, Hauser. Shania Hauser, pass over to Boyce. Boyce takes a dribble, puts it up, can't get it. Rebound knocked up in the air and knocked out of the hands of Wilkins. It'll be off the Tornadoes, and with 1:23 to go in the first here, it'll be Warren Wilson basketball. Parker over to Underko. Pass over to the cutter over the head of Eccles there. And it'll be Nato basketball again. Another turnover. The score was 12-5 in favor of Warren Wilson. Since then, a 9-2 Brevard run has brought us back to dead even at 14 apiece. 1:08 remaining here in the first. Shania Hauser up top, now to the right wing, Jada Wilkins. Wilkins palming the basketball, now goes over to Street. Street getting a screen from Boyce, gets bumped, goes up, through contact, no call. She gets the basket on the ground, grimacing. Definitely earned an and 1 there. I'm not sure why the whistle wasn't blown. And Michaela Street's still down as Coach Hudson coming out, and we will step aside as they check on her really quickly. NATO's leading at 16-14, less than a minute to go here in the first. Back here, Michaela Street made her way on her own accord over to the bench. Hopefully she's all right. Big spark plug, nice little freshman for the NATOs, who are at the heels of an 11-2 run, and they get an offensive foul. That one's against Moosey Lewis. That's her first. It's the team's fourth. And I'm still not sure how Michaela Street didn't get an and one there. She had got up to be able to shoot the free throw. I don't know how she didn't garner a foul there. That was some hard contact. Still able to get the basket as Jada Wilkins fires up a three. Can't hit. Rebound. Pulled in by Hauser, but she can't handle it all the way, and it's knocked out of bounds going the other way. Less than 40 seconds to go here in the first. NATO's leading it by 2 after they trailed 12-5. Since then, an 11-2 run by Brevard as she heads up the floor and is fouled. Carmen Eccles is fouled by Christina Roney. That's her second. It's Brevard's third. And this 5 on the floor, Wilkins, Boyce, Roney, Street, and Hauser were all on the floor for that entirety of that 11-2 run as that ball's knocked out by Nalia Boyce. A steal for Boyce. Roney has it up top, and she gets ripped from behind by Moosey Lewis. 2-on-1 opportunity now. Going to the rack. Eccles, and the basket is good. 16-16, less than 10 to go. Got to hurry up the floor. 7, Roney, long pass over to Wilkins. 5, 4, going inside, firing up off the glass. Wild shot brought in by McMullen, and no suspense there at the end of the quarter after all. Ball game all tied up at 16 as we head to the second. Leading scorer, Michaela Street with 4. Hopefully she's all right as she gets checked out over there on the bench. All even here at the heels of an 11-4 tornado run to end the first. Right back here in just a moment, Tornadoes and Owls from the Bosch. Back here for the second quarter. Michaela Street back onto the floor. Good to see for that freshman. Another freshman, Olivia Miller, back in with the inbound over to Callie Wells. Starting 5, except for Street. All back on the floor right now. Street pass, right wing, Journey Tyler gets there on the fake, and it'll be a 3-second call against the Tornadoes now, a turnover. 4th turnover for the Tornadoes. Warren Wilson to double that with 8 in the first quarter. Inbound there by Parker. Nearly lost by Moosey Lewis. She's on the ground. Knocked away by Wells. They got to get it up the floor now. Eccles ripped, and she gets it just in time, but it's stolen by Journey Tyler. Michaela Street off to the races. Pump fake. Oh, what a move, and she can't hit the layup. Rebound brought in by Canna Parker. Oh. Olivia Miller guarding now, and a rare misfire there for Michaela Street. Canna Parker up top of the basketball, going to her right, Underko. McMillan down low, trying to go to work on Parkins, and a travel. She took about 4 steps there, and it's Tornado ball. 9th turnover for the Owls already. Callie Wells with the basketball. To her right now, Journey Tyler. Tyler up top now, Street. Fits one into McKenna. McKenna near the three-point line on the left wing. Tries to get it over to Miller. It's knocked away, but right back to McKenna. Up top, Callie Wells. Moosey Lewis active. Wells firing the 3 and cannot hit. Air ball by Callie Wells. And looked like the referee may have dropped something out of his pocket. He's got it. And now we're ready to play ball again as Eccles, standing at only 5 feet, inbounds and gets it back here. A long pass over to Underko. It's out of her hands, and it'll be going the NATO's way. Another turnover. That's the 11th turnover for Warren Wilson. Callie Wells, pass to her left, Michaela Street. Street going inside, pass up top, Olivia Miller wide open for three. Can't connect there. Offensive board, McKenna Parkins. She gets it over to Journey Tyler, right wing. Journey working inside, putting it up. Can't hit. Rebound knocked out of the hands. And a foul called against Carmen Eccles. It'll be going Warren Wilson's way. And no, it'll be Brevard ball. Eccles with a shove there. And now a discussion going on. Coach Robin Martin and the official. A tornado ball. Callie Wells. Long pass over to Tyler. Over her head. Brings it in. Pressured by Parker. Now over to the right side. Miller. Miller guarded by McMullen. Passing behind the back over to Parkins. Puts it up. It's good. Nice pass there by Olivia Miller over to Parkins, who nearly gets a steal there. Parker now firing up a mid-range. Can't hit. McMullen to the rebound. Up off the glass. It's good, and we're all tied up again at 18. Nifty little behind-the-back pass just a moment ago from Miller to Parkins, and a good finish by McKenna as Wells is fouled by Moosey Lewis. That'll be her second. And Callie might have gotten away with a travel there, but the referees deemed that she was held up a little bit. Catherine Cosby coming back in here. Callie Wells to inbound from the baseline. Gives it into Miller. Miller turning around, firing it up. Too strong. Rebound brought in by Cosby. Moosey Lewis. 3 points so far tonight on only 2 shots. Leading scorer all in all for the Owls. 16.1 points per game. Cosby, a couple dribbles, now over to a cutting Lewis, left alone off the glass, left-handed finish, and Warren Wilson to the lead once again. Wells going inside of the rack herself. It's knocked up in the air and brought in by Moosey Lewis. Lewis slowing down to the three-point line, spinning away from Street, going inside, and she's fouled, and it will or will not count. I believe the foul is against Street. The basket does count, and it's an and one. So NATO's now down by 2 possessions once more. And Christina Roney and Aisha Short will check in for Journey Tyler and Michaela Street here. 7:08 to go in the first half. NATO's trailing it by 4, 22-18. And it'll be a timeout for Warren Wilson with just over 7 minutes remaining. When we get back, Moosey Lewis will take a free throw, and we will continue this first half of basketball. NATO's trailing it by 4 when we come back here live from the Bosch on a Monday night. Team's back on the floor here out of the timeout. Moosey Lewis with a chance for a three-point play here. Some kind of dialogue here with the official. One shot coming here. NATO's trailing at 22-18 early on. Warren Wilson still seeking their first victory of the season. NATO's going to make sure that doesn't happen as that free throw misses short and rebounded by Short. Number 20, Aisha Short, dribbling between two defenders. Lewis tried to sell it. Pass to Parkins in the open floor. Wells now off the glass. No good. Can't get it. Can't get the rebound either. And she wants a foul. And now she has been teed up, I believe. It is a technical on Wells. She was yelling for the foul. That's her first. And technical free throws will be coming for Warren Wilson here. We'll see who shoots it. It looks like it'll be Canna Parker shooting the free throws. As Coach Donald Hudson on looking. Cannot be pleased with that. Parker fires up the first. Can't hit. One more here and then the possession for the Owls. Firing and connecting on the second. Warren Wilson ball. Parker inbounds over to Eccles. And a 7-2 run here this quarter by the Owls as Lewis going to fire up a three. Well short. Rebounded by Short once again and a foul against Lewis, and that'll be her third. Leading scorer both tonight and this season for Warren Wilson, and she's already got 3 fouls. And she'll be taken out by number 12, Autumn Fritz, freshman out of Raleigh, North Carolina. And Roney bringing the ball up the left side. Gives it to Wells. Wells passing up top, Miller. Miller with a nice fake going into the rack. She's fouled. 2 free throws coming here for Olivia Miller. The foul on Carmen Eccles. That's her third and the team's fourth. Miller with 3 points on 1 of 3 from the field. She knocked down a tray earlier, and she hits the first free throw there. Olivia Miller, third in the USA South in field goal percentage, 11th in points per game, and she knocks down the second, 2 for 2 from the stripe, and the NATOs trail by 5 with 6.5 to go in the first half. Parker, over, stolen by Olivia Miller. Miller in the open court, taken into the cup, and it's good off the glass. The steal and the finish there by number 10. Eccles with the ball, guarded by Short. It's ripped out of her hands, but right to Cosby. Cosby down low, putting it up off the glass. No good. Rebound, Christina Roney. Roney up the floor. Pass over to Wells. Wells in the open court, over to Miller. Miller with the finish off the glass again. Olivia Miller. 2 free throws, a steal, a basket, and then another basket on the break. And a 6-0 run just by Olivia Miller as McMullen puts up a mid-range, can't hit. Rebound knocked up in the air by Parkins, and it's knocked out of her hands. It's going the NATO's way. Subbing back in now, Jenna Underko. A 6-0 run by Olivia Miller has the Tornadoes in front all of a sudden, 24-23. Roney up top, Miller. Miller, hot hand right now, but she hands over to Wells. Callie to Aisha. Aisha getting a grip on the ball. Now goes to the corner. Miller. Parkins, right wing for 3. Cannot hit. Rebound knocked out of the hands of Canna Parker, and it's going Warren Wilson's way. Parker inbound to Underko. Underko a little indecisive now over to Cosby, left wing. Not sure she's much of a three-point threat, but she will pull one there and will not hit. Rebound, Aisha Short. Short coming up the floor now. Looking Parkins right near. She gives it over to her in the left corner. Now Roney, left wing, fires up a 3. Cannot hit. Rebound brought in by Parker. Canna Parker with her third rebound. 4 points to go with that as she brings it up the floor with 4:43 to go in the first half. Left wing now, Fritz. Fritz going against Wells. Down low now, passing over to a cutting Parker. Puts it up off the glass. It's good, and Warren Wilson with the lead once more. Roney, pass right side, Aisha Short. Corner now, Parkins. Parkins up top, Miller. Miller thinks about it, now to her left, Wells. Wells going inside of the rack. She's fouled. That'll be against Fritz. That's her first and Warren Wilson's fifth. So the NATO's now effectively in the bonus, even though that was already a shooting foul. Number 3, Kerrigan Cosby checking in, as well as TJ Sanders for the second time. Journey Tyler checking back in for the Tornadoes as well. Callie Wells at the stripe. Scoreless so far, and will stay that way for at least another free throw. Callie's still looking for her first points of the ball game with 4:19 to go in half number 1. Couple of dribbles of the basketball. And spinning it, firing, and hits. So Callie Wells on the board, and Aaliyah Boyce will check back in for Olivia Miller. Miller, who just had the run on her own. 2 free throws, a steal, a basket after the steal, and then another fast break basket. A 6-0 run just at the hands of number 10. Put the NATOs in front momentarily, but at the moment they find themselves down 1, 25-24. Parker, pass to Sanders, losing the basketball, getting it back over to the corner. Parker now guarded by Tyler. Right side, Fritz gets a fake, gets by Wells, blocked by Nelia Boyce. Callie Wells passing up the floor. Aisha Short taking it herself, and she's fouled. Aisha Short, a chance to get on the board herself. 0 for 3 from the field. 4 rebounds for her. Big block there by Nelia Boyce, who has been nothing but excellent these last few games. Coming off the bench. Short can't hit the first free throw, too strong. Short fires up the second free throw and hits. So Aisha on the board now, and Journey Tyler and Shania Hauser, the only 2 Tornadoes that have checked in without scoring now. TJ Sanders, right wing, going to fire up a 3. Can't hit, too strong. Rebound right to Kerrigan Cosby. She goes up with it over Parkins off the glass. Short rebound brought in by Parkins, fighting for it. And I'm not sure what the call. They did not call the jump ball there, but they called it earlier. Somehow it's Warren Wilson basketball. It'll be a travel against Parkins with no jump ball call. We saw the jump ball called earlier. Although I believe the possession arrow may have stayed with Warren Wilson. Anyway, Michaela Street with the steal, going up. Oh, and she's fouled. Fouled by Parker from behind. And Street talking and getting testy there. Street had a stare down and then some words for Parker. I'm not sure what the whistle will be. It looked as if she was about to get teed up. It'll be a foul against Parker. And then it looks like a technical against Michaela Street. I'm not 100%. Kenna Parker does have a foul. And then technical fouls against both teams. Okay, Michaela Street and Kenna Parker both getting hit with technicals. Michaela Street will shoot the 2 free throws from the shot attempt before any technical business. Street with 4 points. That was a hard foul, and Street took some exception to it. 3:29 remaining in the first half. NATO's leading by 1, make it 2. At the hands of number 2, who's the second leading scorer. And both leading, the 2 top leading scorers for the Tornadoes tonight so far are both freshmen, Olivia Miller and Michaela Street, as Street tacks on another. And it's a 3-point lead for the Tornadoes with 3:29 to go. Street clapping She wants it. No free throws since the technicals were assessed on both teams. Parker over to Sanders. Sanders passing into traffic on Durko. Able to handle it, crossing back over on Short. Into the corner, Kerrigan Cosby looking around. Down low, Sanders working on Boyce. Physical play down on the post, trying to back her down. Puts it up, and it's no good. Rebound brought in Michaela Street. Street praying aggressively. Over to Short. Short hits the brakes. Pass over to Parkins, who goes up and is fouled. Aisha, honestly, on the pump fake could have gone up herself. Instead, deferred over to McKenna, and 2 free throws will come out of it. Great effort on the rebound by Michaela Street on the other end. Leading to free throw attempts here, hopefully points. McKenna, a couple dribbles, a spin of the ball. She fires up the first free throw and connects. She's got 5. Parkins fires up the second, and she knocks it through. Perfect trip to the stripe for Parkins, and the Tornadoes leading by 5 with less than 3 minutes to go in half number 1. Sanders guarded by Boyce on the left wing, and that one knocked out by Aisha Short. On the ground fighting for it is Eccles. It's knocked out of her hands by Street once again. Aisha Short trying to take it, and it's knocked out from behind by Eccles. Michaela Street, active hands on defense, doing it all, scoring, rebounding, finishing, stealing the basketball, and doing a lot these last 2 games as her role increases. Now she'll fire up a 3, can't hit. Rebound brought in by Underko, and Michaela Street had a chance to take the roof off this building. Left wing, Eccles, stuffed. McKenna Parkins with the 2-hand rejection there. And that's 5'11" going against 5 foot. You're going to win that matchup every time. Wingspan difference there on display. Parkins inbounds now to Short. 2:22 and counting to go in the first half. Tornadoes leading it 30-25. Aisha, some movement, now gives over to Boyce. Nalia up top, Parkins. Working on Underko, now cutting Boyce, couple of dribbles, trying to pass it back out, get to the Street. Street firing up another 3, can't hit. And Michaela Street trying for these heat checks right now as Tyler fighting for the ball. It's on the ground, Sanders has it. And knocked away by Parkins. It'll be going the Owls' way, and all of a sudden the Tornadoes seem to be on every pass that Warren Wilson attempts. Tornadoes flying in like defensive backs right now, intercepting passes. $15 turnovers for the Owls, only 5 for the Tornadoes. So Brevard has been careful with the basketball. Early on, couldn't get some shots to go and had one other cold streak, but a pretty clean game offensively from the Tornadoes so far as Underko going to fire up a 3, can't hit. Rebound brought in by Street. And the leaping ability of Michaela Street on display as she has it, bringing it to the rack, putting it up off the glass, no good. Rebound knocked up in the air, brought in by Boyce. Boyce going up, and she's fouled. Nalia Boyce. Offensive rebounds galore, and the chance for 2 points here for the Tornadoes with 1:37 remaining in half number 1. Nalia Boyce. Free throws, Tornadoes 11 of 13. Warren Wilson's only taken 3, knocked down 1 of the 3. Some substitutions here. Shania Hauser back in. McMullen back in. And looks like Fritz will come in for Eccles. And Aaliyah knocks down both free throws. Boyce now with 6 as Parker passing over. Knocked away, but into the hands of McMullen. McMullen trying to work on Hauser off the glass. No good. Hauser with the rebound. Over to Short now. Short, right side. Strop crossing back, behind the back now, and she's fouled by Underko. That'll be her second foul. And 2 free throws coming here for Aisha Short. Aisha 1 point so far, 0 for 3 from the field, 1 for 2 from the stripe. Make it 2 for 3 from the stripe. 4 rebounds, though, for her. Doing a really good job down low. Short fires up and hits again. 3 for 4 from the stripe now for Aisha Short. A number 11, Sade Lawrence, the freshman out of Hampton, Georgia, checking in for the first time. Something going on over near the bench area, and that inbound knocked away by Journey Tyler. It'll stay with Warren Wilson. And something going on over there with Carmen Eccles walking around near the exit to the gym. And a whistle blowing now, and now the official telling Eccles to sit down as she's going back and forth with the trainer. And now an inbound coming again from Lawrence here. Gets it into Parker. That one knocked away by Callie Wells, brought in by Michaela Street. Street over to Aisha Short. Short, correction, not Wells. Short was the one that knocked that one away, and that ball knocked out by McMullen, staying with the Tornadoes. That was Aisha Short knocking that one away. Callie Wells not on the floor at the moment. And this game has been a little bit heated between the two, and I keep seeing the back and forth between Canna Parker on Warren Wilson and Michaela Street going at it. And Michaela Street, as competitive as they come from what we've seen from the freshmen so far. Hauser gets the inbound, dribbling around, now goes up top to Boyce. Street left all alone, firing up a three, can't hit. Rebound, though, brought in by Hauser, who is dribbling back around, goes over to Street. Street now goes over to Aisha Short, who will fire up a three of her own, and can it! Aisha Short has the NATOs up 12 with less than 45 seconds remaining in half number one. Canna Parker with the basketball, guarded tightly by Street. We'll see if Michaela makes her move here. If she tries to cut across, instead passes over to Lawrence. Lawrence left wing goes over off the foot of Sanders. Sanders trying to work on Boyce and a foul against Nalia. Sanders on the ground. And that'll be Nalia's first. Team fourth, so it'll be an inbound, no bonus. Parker looking for someone to inbound it to, gets it over to Sanders in the corner right in front of the Tornado bench. Now right wing, Canna Parker, guarded by Street. Street wants that. Street trying to poke the ball out, going inside. Now over to Lawrence on the left wing, stepping, blocked by Journey Tyler. Oh my goodness, what a block. Tyler now trying to chase after the pass and can't save it. What a block there by Journey Tyler, and how many of those do the Tornadoes have? Second block for the third block for the Tornadoes. Parker, 4 seconds, 3, 2, Street pressuring. She fires up a half court, gonna fall way short. And with that, the Tornadoes holding a 12-point lead over 0-12 Warren Wilson as we head to the half. Both teams headed over to the locker rooms. Real quick first half recap. Olivia Miller, 9 points, 3 of 5 from the field. Michaela Street, 6 points, 3 rebounds. Not quite as efficient of a shooting game as we're accustomed to seeing from Michaela Street, but she has made her presence known on the defensive end, grabbing rebounds, getting steals, and just defending tightly every time. Aisha Short, 6 points, knocked down a three-pointer, 4 rebounds for her as well. McKenna Parkins with 6 points and 2 boards, 2 of 5 from the field. Nalia Boyce, 5 points, 3 of 3 from the stripe, 4 rebounds. Jada Wilkins and Christina Roney with 2 points apiece. Callie Wells to the point, and Journey Tyler and Shania Hauser, the 2 Tornadoes that have checked in without scoring. For Warren Wilson, leading scorer on the season, Moosey Wilson, no different tonight. 7 points, leading the scoring for the Tornadoes with a rebound and 2 assists to boot as well. 3 fouls for her, though, something to look out for. Canna Parker, 6 points. Autumn Fritz and Cisco McMullen, both with 4 apiece. Carmen Eccles and Catherine Cosby with 2. Kerrigan Cosby, Jenna Underko, and TJ Sanders all have checked in without scoring for Warren Wilson. Looking at the team stats, Tornadoes 10 of 38 from the field, only 26%, shooting actually a significantly lower clip than Warren Wilson is, who's shooting 11 of 31 for 35.5%. But the free throw discrepancy, 15 of 17 for the Tornadoes. They've been getting to the line a lot. Warren Wilson, not so much. 1 of 3 from the stripe for them. From 3, 2 of 9 for Warren Wilson, 2 of 17 for Brevard. And by the way, score was dead even at 25 with 4 minutes and 19 seconds left in that first half. After that, the NATOs took off on a 12-0 run, aided by Aisha Short, Michaela Street, and Aaliyah Boyce right there. Turnovers, 16 for Warren Wilson, only 6 for the NATOs. Really doing well in the turnover battle. Points off turnovers, 17 for the Tornadoes, 6 for Warren Wilson. Total rebounds just about dead even. Warren Wilson with 1 more at 25. Assists, 4 for Brevard, 5 for Warren Wilson. Steals, 8 for the NATOs, only 3 for Warren Wilson. Bench points, 15 for the Tornadoes. The Owls with 4. And points in the paint, the NATOs actually losing that battle right now, 18-16, but have double the fast break points at a 10-5 ratio. NATOs leading it by 12, just about 12 minutes out from second half basketball. We will have that for you here live from the Bosch on a Monday night. Back in just a moment after these messages from Brevard College.
It's important to study English because language
history
Back here for second half basketball at the Bosch. Tornadoes leading at 37-25 over Warren Wilson. Warren Wilson trying to avoid an 0-13 record, and the NATOs trying to advance to 12-4 on the season. A non-conference matchup, so the Tornadoes' 8-1 conference record will stay intact regardless of the outcome. And Moosey Lewis, leading scorer for Warren Wilson, a bit limited by foul trouble, already has 3. 7 points for her, has the basketball, now passes over to Fritz. Fritz over to Cosby, Catherine Cosby. Now Canna Parker up top. Her and Michaela Street have been going at it, but Street not on the floor right now. Parker firing up a 3 and airballing. Lewis tries to save it, and Michaela Street on the bench laughing at that one. Chalk that up for a W for her in that matchup tonight. Not even being on the floor. Short now. Up top, going to fire up a free throw line jumper in transition. It rattles around and goes in. Aisha Short starting to get her touch back. Has struggled shooting the last few games. And now 8 points for Aisha all of a sudden. Second leading scorer. Screen, Lewis, 3, answers with a three-pointer. And Aisha now bringing it up the right side in front of a bunch of Warren Wilson defenders. Gets it back in the corner, going inside, passes over to Miller. Miller a dribble, going up, short. And that ball brought in by Fritz. It's knocked out of her hands. And I'm actually not sure it did get knocked out. I thought that might be tornado ball, but they'll call it Warren Wilson. Fritz inbounds over to Moosey Lewis. Lewis up top. Ranging her right now, getting a screen from Cosby. Going to fire up another 3, and I think that one might have got tipped up. Falls well short of the rim. Brought in by Cosby, and I think a timeout. Timeout, yes, by Coach Robin Martin and Warren Wilson. Lewis heads over to the huddle, and about a minute and a half into this second half, Tornadoes lead it by 11. We'll be right back. Out of the timeout now, Canna Parker ready to inbound. The 5 on the floor for Brevard is the same 5 that started the ball game. Not the case for Warren Wilson. Autumn Fritz on the floor. She did not start. Canna Parker with the basketball, crossing over, going inside, pass over to Cosby, and a foul. A push called against Journey Tyler. That'll be Journey's first foul. Inbound coming here, Canna Parker. Parker finds a cutting McMullen, who goes up off the glass, can't hit. McKenna Parkins with a rebound. Now Aisha Short, left side, has Wells in the corner. Wells fires up a mid-range, can't hit. Journey Tyler, though, with the offensive rebound. Now goes up top. Olivia Miller driving inside, floats it up, and can't hit too strong. Gets her own rebound, knocks it back out over to Callie Wells in the corner. Wells now dribbling, right wing, Journey Tyler. Tyler, stutter step, going inside, putting up the layup, Journey Tyler. Nice move through traffic, Tyler. Puts the NATOs up 13, largest lead of the night. Moosey Lewis picked up a half court by Short, getting by her now, taking it to the cup, off the glass. Nice basket there. Moosey Lewis with 12. Leads all scorers. Short now over to Callie Wells, left wing, whips it over to McKenna Parkins. Parkins in the low block, fits one into Short. Short losing the basketball, gets knocked to the ground, no whistle. Warren Wilson ball. Canna Parker brings it up. Left side, left wing, guarded by Tyler. Now into the corner, McMullen. McMullen looking for a cutter. Now passes down low to Cosby. Cosby trying to work on Parkins, and she's fouled, maybe from behind by Wells. I didn't see a lot on McKenna's end there, but yes, it'll be against Callie Wells. That's Callie's second and the team's second. Cosby fires up the free throw and misses the first. Cosby's first free throw. She has 5 rebounds and 2 assists. A spin of the ball, fires up again, and connects on that one. NATO's lead cut down to 10. Aisha with the ball. Right side now up top, McKenna Parkins. McKenna, a couple of dribbles to her right. Going to keep it. Backing down now, Cosby. Turnaround jumper. Connects. McKenna Parkins. About 3 minutes in, and the NATO lead at 12. Lewis getting by short now, driving to the rack, putting it up, a lot of contact, can't get it. Rebound knocked up in the air, brought in by Journey Tyler. Tyler surrounded and now gets some space. Journey heaves a long pass, and it's intercepted by Parker. Journey rushing that one, but it's knocked away by Miller, and right back to Journey Tyler, who passes over to Olivia. NATO's have numbers now. Euro step, floater. Miller no good. Rebound knocked up in the air by McKenna and brought in by Catherine Cosby. Lewis with the basketball once again, a missed opportunity by the Tornadoes there. Cosby, left wing, couple of dribbles. Now pass over to Fritz, gonna fire up a three-pointer off the glass. Bank is open there for Fritz. The NATO's lead cut down to 9 with the tray ball there. Short. Parkins will fire up her own three to answer and will connect. McKenna Parkins from way downtown. 12-point lead. Parkins now the leading scorer with 11 as Lewis goes up and gets fouled. And that was only the 4th and 3rd respective made three-pointers for each team. 4 for Warren Wilson, 3 for Brevard. Brevard 3 of 18, and despite the last few games, the NATOs have shot terribly from 3, have still found a way to win all of these games with comfortable final scores. And this game could end up being the same with a 12-point lead here. Still a lot of basketball to be played, but the last few games, the Tornadoes have not shot well from 3 as Lewis knocks in a free throw there. The Tornadoes shot 38.5% from 3 in the last game. Went 4 of 6 in the second half, though. A very bad first half. As Tyler gives it over to Short. NATO's leading by 11. Second free throw was missed there. Short now over to Parkins. Parkins right wing. Dribbling now back to Short. Aisha gonna fire up a 3. Will land short. Miller trying to save it. Does. Over to Parkins. Off the glass. McKenna Parkins and Olivia Miller. Nice teamwork there. Got the NATOs up 13. Lewis with the basketball. NATO's leading by 13. Lewis with 13 points of her own and a foul there against Short. That'll be Aisha's second. Team 4th. McKenna Parkins all of a sudden now, I believe, sat at 5 at the half, now 13 points. 8 points for her here in the third, and that's part of the 13-point Tornado lead. Underko gives over to Lewis, 12 on the shot clock. Working on Street, going around a screen. Street back up on her. Lewis gives it over. Underko, 5 on the shot clock, and a hoist a long 3, and hit it. Couple of 3 balls now from Warren Wilson, keeping them in this ball game here in the third as Christina Roney, left side, has the ball. Now goes over to Parkins. Parkins going to fire up another 3 of her own. Just misses that one as Lewis up the floor getting by Parkins. Wells trying to meet her at the rack, and she can't hit the layup. Rebound brought in Michaela Street. Street coming up the floor, right side, takes it to the rack herself through contact, and she's fouled. That foul will be on Cisco McMullen. An immediate timeout coming here after the foul. NATO's leading it by 10, 48-38, with just under 4.5 minutes to go here in the third. We'll be right back here live from the Bosch. NATO's seeking win number 12. Team's headed back onto the floor now as Michaela Street gets ready to take 2 free throws. Only has 2 free throw attempts in this ball game. Knocked them both down to go with 4 rebounds and an assist. 6 points. Has shot 0 of 4 from beyond the arc, 2 of 5 otherwise, and she can't hit the free throw there. Perhaps chalk that one up to an announcer's jinx, talking about her misses as she shoots, and she does knock down the second. 7 points for Street. Street, who averages 7 a game. Wells guarding on Undergo, down low. McMullen trying to work through the contact of Parkins. Parkins knocks the rebound up in the air, comes down with it. A jump ball, and the possession's going the NATO's way. Parkins knocked to the ground by McMullen. Not taking any exception to it. It seemed to be incidental. Nalia Boyce will come in and get Olivia Miller. 49-38, 4:13 to go in the third. Christina Roney with the basketball. Up top, Parkins. McKenna going to work, pass down low to Boyce. She's able to corral it behind the back now over to Roney. Roney, head fake, going inside, floats it up, and she's fouled. We'll see if it's on the floor or if she got the shot off. I believe it was on the floor, and it was. Roney inbound over to Street. Street hands over Christina Roney. Left side, Street, corner, Wells firing up a 3, hitting! Callie Wells makes it a 14-point game, largest lead of the night for the Tornadoes. 3:37 to go here in the third. Wells 4 points now. That was her first make from the field as the floater there by Parker is no good. Rattles in and out. Roney with the rebound. Now heading up the floor. Tornadoes have numbers. Roney up top, left side. Street didn't look. She had Parkins open. Now Roney going to take an open 3 and hit it. Christina Roney. 17-point lead for the Tornadoes with 3:13 to go and a timeout. Just under 3.5 remaining here in the third, and the Tornadoes with a 17-point lead. We'll be right back. Back here now, Canna Parker inbounds over to Fritz. 3:10 remaining here in the third. Tornadoes leading by 17, 55-38. Parker going around a screen, guarded by Roney, now into the corner. Fritz picked up by McKenna Parkins. Down low, Cosby working on Boyce. Boyce giving no room, and a wild shot forced up, but Fritz with a rebound and a block by Street and a foul. That may have been a clean block and a foul as Fritz fell back down and hit the ground. That's Street's third, Brevard's fifth. And I don't care what anyone says. That was just a pure stuff by Michaela Street. Whistle or not, as Fritz knocks that one in. Second free throw is good. Fritz perfect from the line there. She's got 9. Second leading scorer for the Owls. Roney. Left side. Hands over to Jada Wilkins, newly checked in. Aisha Short now with the basketball, ranging over to her left. Loses it momentarily. Loses it again, and a foul called against Parker. That'll be Parker's fourth. Checking back in now is Sade Lawrence. Roney. Inbounds to the corner and Aaliyah Boyce. Now Aisha pulling in a tightly contested pass there. Now spinning around, going inside, putting up with her left off the glass. Aisha Short, welcome back. Short breaking back out. 10 points for her now. 3 of 7 from the field, 3 of 4 from the stripe, 4 rebounds. Short trying to work under a screen, guarding Lewis. Lewis fighting by Short. Double clutch, can't get it. Wanted a call, did not get it. Boyce, Short, over to Roney in the open court, putting it up off the glass. It's good. Assist there from Aisha Short, and it's a 19-point lead. Coach Donald Hudson still coaching, instructing from in front of the NATO bench, regardless of lead. Lawrence over to the left side, Fritz. Fritz moving away from the screen now. Underko up top. Some confusion. She fires up a 3 and hits. Underko 2 for 5 from beyond the arc. 6 points. All of her points coming from the three-point variety. And a lead back down to 16. That snaps an 11-2 Brevard run as Roney passes over to Boyce. Boyce elbow jumper is good. Nalia Boyce just continues to impress. 7 points, 5 rebounds off the bench. And Parkins jumping on that one, getting the steal. Left wing slowing things down. Looking around, no one near her, now goes up top to Roney. Roney all alone, firing up a 3 up top, can't hit. And like I said earlier, they look like DBs out there jumping these balls. I mean, Parkins came in like a blur. Wilkins guarding Underko, right wing. Underko trying to get space. A hard screen from Lewis. Now a jumper, no good. Rebound knocked away by Boyce over to Lawrence. She's blocked by Nalia Boyce. Parkins fighting for it with Cosby, and a jump ball called. The possession arrow will stay with Warren Wilson. 49 seconds to go here in the third. And Shania Hauser will check in for McKenna Parkins. And again, that stack formation up top. All 4 lined up behind each other as Underko waits for them to disperse and will then decide who she inbounds to. Whistle blows. They break, and it looks like she'll float it over to Lewis. Lewis somehow hauls that one in. Ill-advised pass as Short tries to go for the steal. Lewis dribbling around now, getting a screen from Underko, and Wilkins switches on. Lewis snatching back, firing up a 3. Cannot hit. Rebound fought for by Lawrence and Hauser. It'll go to Lawrence, and it'll be a shot clock violation. We'll see the referees discussing here on what to do with the possession here. The buzzer did sound. Lawrence had the ball, was fighting for it with Shania Hauser. May have even stepped on the baseline, but either way, it should be Brevard basketball, you'd think. All 3 officials conferring. And it'll stay with Warren Wilson. Coach Hudson in the scorer's table getting an explanation. I'd like one myself. Underko at the baseline, and still unsure, as are the Brevard fans. Shot clock at 18, and still not sure what happened there, but it's Warren Wilson basketball. That pass deflected and brought in by Shania Hauser. So all that for naught. Aisha Short going inside, stepping back now, looking for a pass, goes across to Roney. Roney shaking, going inside, pass to Boyce. Wide open off the glass, Nalia Boyce. Fritz, basketball left side. Hands over, left wing, Lewis passing up top, Fritz, 3-2, ripped away by Wilkins. They won't get a shot off. That's the end of the third. NATO's holding a 20-point lead through three. 63-43 behind the efforts of McKenna Parkins and Aisha Short. 23 combined points between the two. We'll be back here in just a moment for the final quarter of action. NATO's well on their way to win number 12 on the season. Back on the floor, final quarter of action here at the Bosch. NATO's holding a 20-point lead, and the Owls cut the lead to 10 in that quarter, 41-31. After that, the Tornadoes exploded for a 22-2 run, and it seems like that's what this team does. They get better as the game goes on. In the second half, they go on these big runs, as they did against Southern Virginia on Saturday. Nalia Boyce up top, Aisha Short, another three, just missing. Rebound, Catherine Cosby. And now Underko with the basketball. Underko's knocked down a couple of trays. Moving to her right, going to fire another one. Won't hit that one, too strong off the back rim. Rebound knocked around and hauled in. And a jump ball. Possession arrow will stay with Warren Wilson. Nalia Boyce almost had that one. Just couldn't bring it in. And now Carmen Eccles, haven't seen her this half. She has 4 fouls. And this is the first time we're seeing her in the second half. Sade Lawrence will have a seat on the bench. Inbound Underko over to Catherine Cosby. Underko once more, right wing. Passing over the head. No, hauled in by Cosby. Fires one wildly off the glass, and it's fought for. Once again, Hauser on the ground. Gets it over to Roney, who is trapped. Ripped away by Cosby. Roney has it now once again, falling in a foul. Hectic sequence there. You can't do that, Chance, raining down. And some jeers. Roney and Hauser were both on the ground fighting for that one. Cosby getting physical. And now Christina Roney whips a pass over to Boyce. Cosby wasn't ready for it, and a travel called against Nalia as she tried to get into position. A minute in here, NATO's leading it by 20, 63-43. Eccles, the basketball, left wing. Wanted Lewis to come back towards her. Now she does. Guarded by Aisha Short. And it'll be a foul. Let's see who it's against. It'll be against Shania Hauser. It's her first and the team's first. Inbound coming here from Underko. Lewis had an angle. Instead, she goes over to McMullen. McMullen ripped nearly. Gets it over to Eccles, however. Now whips the pass over to Lewis, able to haul that one in one-handed. Guarded by Short on the left wing. 10 on the shot clock. Down low, McMullen, and she's fouled. That foul against Hauser once again. And another inbound play coming here. Underko looking for a cutter, gets it into Eccles. Eccles off the floater, gets it in. Roney, pass over to the right wing. Wilkins all alone will take it in, fire a mid-range, too strong. Moosey Lewis with the basketball right side. Got to get something going if you're the Owls and want to stay in this game. Lewis going up and will draw the contact. Hauser will be hit with her third foul in less than a minute. Did not have a foul prior to that point, and now in the last minute, Shania Hauser has been on the receiving end of 3 whistles. Lewis with 2 free throws coming here. She's 1 of 3 from the stripe, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 13 points total, 2 of 6 from beyond the arc. She fires up the first and hits. Lewis fires up the second and can't hit it. 3 of 5. 2 of 5 from the line, rather, for Lewis. Roney, right wing, going inside with her left, passing over left wing. Aisha going to fire up another 3. Almost had that one. Rebound knocked out of the hands on Aaliyah Boyce over to Lewis. Lewis racing short. Trying to cross over now to her right, putting it up off the glass, no good. Rebound, Shania Hauser. Good defense by Aisha Short. Christina Roney up the floor, chased from behind by Eccles, behind the back, nice little move, putting up the floater, and she's fouled. That'll be against McMullen. That's her second, and the team's second. Christina at the line. 2 for 2 from the stripe thus far. Now 3 for 3. 8 points for Christina, who only had 7 points on the season coming into tonight. Has played a bit of an expanded role, playing against a bit more of an inferior team than what they're used to, as the second free throw rattles in and out. No disrespect to Warren Wilson either, but the record clearly not on par with a Greensboro or a Southern Virginia, as the 3 there by Underko catches nothing but air. She's knocked down a few earlier. And some heckling from the Tornado student section as always. Jada Wilkins, right wing, going to fire up a 3 of her own. Can't hit. Rebound hauled in by Carmen Eccles. Eccles now, middle of the floor, left side. Underko going to try another one. Can't hit that one either. Rebound, Christina Roney. Roney looking up the floor, passes it over to Aisha Short. Down low, Nalia. Nalia off the glass. And the composure of Nalia Boyce in the post. By the way, she's the second leading scorer in this game for the Tornadoes now with 11. The composure down low, she just never seems phased, whether it's 1 defender, 2 defenders, 3 defenders, contact or not. Lewis thinks about the 3. Nalia Boyce doesn't seem phased as she knocks that one out of the hands of Cosby. It'll stay with Warren Wilson. And Canna Parker checking back in, as is her nemesis, Michaela Street. Those two have been going back and forth, and we may see it continue here. Callie Wells also coming in, and Cassie Plemons. We've seen her a few times at the end of a few games. Her 6th appearance this season, as that pass goes over to the right side. Lewis, Street guarding Lewis, going to the rack now, putting it up, fouled, and 1. Lewis now with 16 and a chance to get to 17. Lewis, the junior out of Anderson, South Carolina, about an hour or 2 away from here. Lewis, 16.1 points per game, leading the Owls. She has 16 in this one, right on par with her season average, and a chance to make it 17, although she's only 2 for 5 from the line, but now make it 3 for 6 and 17 points for number 4 of the Owls. Callie Wells, pass up the floor. Street has to corral it, chasing after it, fires up the elbow, jumper, and hits it. Michaela Street with 9. Her and Olivia Miller, both freshmen, with 9 points, combining for 18. The two first-year players as Parker goes in and is fouled. It seems like a lot of the time tonight, the strategy by Warren Wilson has been throw up a wild shot off the glass and hope for a whistle, and it's worked partially, at least in the second half. Only 3 first-half free throws. These will be free throws 13 and 14, and the first one's connected upon by Parker. She has 7 now, 2 of 3 from the stripe, 3 rebounds, 4 assists. Parker, 2 for 2 from the stripe there. NATO's lead at 17 with 6:15 to go. Callie Wells, long pass over to Wilkins, going to fire up another 3, can't hit. Wilkins has just been too strong by just a bit on every one of her threes tonight as Lewis trying to get to the rack, floating it up, can't hit. Rebound Michaela Street. Street with her 5th rebound. Pass over the head of Wells into the scorer's table. Wells really didn't even make an effort for that one. Street floated it a little too high. Callie was right on the sideline, so possible misstep, even if she came down with it, could have made it a turnover. Inbound to Underko. Left wing working on Wilkins, now going around the screen, firing up another 3, and she's blocked. Wilkins gets the block and the rebound, and she's fouled. And a rough fourth quarter for Jenna Underko continues. She's missed her last 4 3-point attempts, including a block there by Jada Wilkins. Street has the ball left wing. Street stepping back, now going to work on Eccles. Going inside, passing out of the corner. Plemons gonna fire a 3. Cassie Plemons almost had it. Shania Hauser with the rebound. Back over to a cutting Plemons. Can't get it. Rebounded her own shot. Now over to Wells. Left wing and a fire up a 3 and air ball. Callie Wells only 1 of 4 from beyond the arc. It was a big one that she made. Gave the NATOs their largest lead of the night at the time. That lead was 17, which is what we stand at right now, 68-51 with 5:20 to go. Melanie Hoyle also checked back into the game. We saw her get some points on Friday night. And a few rebounds as well, as that 3-pointer by Lewis is off the mark. Rebound Melanie Hoyle. Callie Wells passed up the floor to Wilkins, knocked away by Parker. Parker up the right side, long pass on Durko, can't handle it, and it was going right to Hoyle, but it's deemed out of bounds before the play can continue, and TJ Sanders going to check back in for Warren Wilson with less than 5 to play. 4:56 remaining, and a timeout coming here. 4:56 remaining, NATO's leading it by 17, 68-51. And we'll be right back for the final stretch here. Owls and Tornadoes. Back here on the floor, less than 5 minutes to go. Christina Roney, left side, getting the inbound for Melanie Hoyle. Crossing over now, gives to Street. Street, 2 defenders on her, now goes up top to Melanie. Melanie, left side, Roney, going inside, losing the basketball. Taken away by Parker. Parker up the floor, doesn't have numbers, may try to take it to the rack herself, and she's fouled by Jada Wilkins. That'll be Wilkins' second foul. Parker with 8 points. And can't hit the free throw there. Off the back iron. Trying to salvage the trip here, and she will. Connecting on the second, making it a 68-52 game. 16-point lead for the NATOs. Should cruise the rest of the way to their 12th win of the season. Nice little move there by Roney. Whips a pass over to Plemons. Plemons a couple of dribbles. Now fires over to Street. Street fires up a three. Air ball. Knocked out of the hands of Parker. And it will be going the tornado or the Owls' way. And they will inbound from the baseline. A little bit of confusion there. Parker. Inbounds over to Carmen Eccles. Left wing with the ball. Thinks about the three. Now instead passes over to Sanders. Sanders working on Plemons. Turnaround off the glass. No good. Rebound. Michaela Street. It's her sixth. Street racing up the floor to the basket over Parker, and she's fouled. Gives a little head nod over to Parker. And two more free throws for Street here. Chance to get into double digits as she sits at 9. Cisco McMullen will check back in for this final stretch here. 4:03 to go. Michaela Street getting ready to take two free throws. Street fires up the first and hits it. Fourth tornado to reach double digits in this one. 10 points for her, 10 points for Aisha Short, 11 for Nalia Boyce, and 13 for leading scorer McKenna Parkins as she fires up the second and hits it. Street with 11 now. Third leading scorer for the Tornadoes. Right side, Eccles, less than 4 minutes to play. Eccles up top, now goes over to Endurko. Struggled from beyond the arc in this quarter. Right wing now, almost walks with that one. Eccles now fires up a mid-range and hits. Oh, and Eccles gesturing inappropriately at the Brevard crowd. No, was not seen by the officials, however. Left wing, Melanie Hoyle over to Street. Street going inside, puts her head down off the glass, almost had an and one, instead gets fouled by Lewis. That's her fourth. And Michaela Street getting to the rack at will, drawing contact or getting it off the glass, it doesn't matter. And a chance for points number 12 at 13. First free throw rattles around and goes in for Michaela Street. She sits at 12 now. Second leading scorer for the Tornadoes and a chance to have the same point total as McKenna Parkins, but that one will miss. 17-point Tornado lead, less than 3.5 to go. Wilkins guarding on Endurko, a couple of dribble moves, but not losing her. Goes over to Sanders, guarded by Hoyle. Pass is deflected, brought in by McMullen. Hoyle fighting for it, and it'll be going Warren Wilson's way. Endurko, the inbounder from the baseline. Down low, knocked away by Street. Street denying Moosey Lewis a chance at an easy basket under the goal there. Nice hands. Endurko inbounds over to Sanders, who gives right back to Endurko on the left wing. Guarded by Jada Wilkins. Now down low, Sanders. Sanders, McMullen trying to back down Hoyle. Hoyle with the block and a foul. Foul called against Hoyle. Great contest. That's her first foul. So McMullen, 4 points, and will not add to that there as she misses the first free throw. McMullen 2 for 7 from the field, 5 rebounds, 4 points, and now 5 as she knocks that one through. 3:06 to go. Roan Over to the corner. Guarded by Eccles, and a foul. Christina hitting the ground hard there. And really, for Coach Hudson, this game has given you a chance to evaluate some players you haven't seen as much of this season, and we've got a good return on a few of them, including the free throw shooter here, Christina Roney. Christina fires up the first and hits. 9 points for her, and a chance to be the 5th tornado in double digits if she knocks this one down. She does just that, and into double figures. Only 7 points on the season, was missing at the beginning of the season with injury. Only 7 points on the season coming into tonight. Has 10 in this ball game, and now cutting Eccles. McMullen gets in her way, but she still gets the basket off the glass. Her own teammate defending there, doesn't matter, still gets the basket. NATO's leading by 16, 2:32 remaining. Pass over to Street, right wing, guarded by Lewis. Up top, Wilkins. Now Melanie in the high post. Gives right back to Wilkins, who puts it up off the glass, rolling around, and it goes down. Jada Wilkins, her second field goal make. Not her best shooting night, but still 4 points and 3 rebounds for her as the three-pointer fired up there and missed by Lewis. Wilkins with the rebound, her 4th. Coming up the floor, 3-on-2. Pass over to Roney. Left wing, right wing, wide open. Michaela Street for 3, no good. Rebound TJ Sanders, and Street has played an excellent game. That's really the only area that you can pinpoint she hasn't been great in. 0 for 6 from beyond the arc. Other than that, 3 for 6 from 2, 6 of 8 from the field or from the free throw line. 6 rebounds, 3 assists as that ball knocked out of bounds. Both Cosbys will check back in. Catherine and Kerrigan. Underko to inbound from the baseline, 1:45 remaining. That ball knocked away by Wilkins. Jada Wilkins, one-on-one with Eccles, takes it to the rack. A little bit of a push. She gets away with it. Misses. Melanie Hoyle with the rebound. And jump ball called. The possession arrow will stay with the Tornadoes, and tenacious rebounding there and good hustle by Melanie Hoyle, who we have not seen much of this season, but the last few games we've seen her, she's looked good. Christina inbounds, left wing, Wilkins now into the corner. Christina once more. Jada Wilkins with the basketball now over to Street. Street eludes a defender into the corner. Hoyle, couple of dribbles, loses it, picks it back up, going up with it, and a travel called against Melanie Hoyle. Eccles inbounds over to Underko. Guarded by Wilkins. Crossing over to her right. And getting caught up in a screen, but recovering is Wilkins. Catherine Cosby passes to Kerrigan Cosby, and it's intercepted by Melanie Hoyle. Christina Roney with the basketball. Left side, behind the back. Going inside now, passing over to Hoyle. Hoyle, a dribble, a mid-range, almost. Can't connect there. Melanie had a basket the other night, and now Kerrigan Cosby hustling down, knocked out of her hands by Hoyle. Street sliding in for it. And it'll stay with Warren Wilson with less than a minute remaining. 49 seconds on the clock. NATO's leading it by 18. Closing in on win number 12. A possession or two away. Underko. Inbounds. Eccles. Screen set by Lewis. Eccles thinks about the long two. Now goes down low. Cosby. Cosby off the glass. Basket's good. She's got 5. 10 rebounds for her as well and 3 assists. See what type of pace they play with on this possession. About 12 seconds between the shot and game clock, and they're going to fire up another 3. Can't hit. Thought they might just eat that one as the pass to Underko in the open court on Street. Fires up a mid-range way too hard off the glass. Cosby with the rebound. Blocked by Wilkins, and now Moosey Lewis going down low to Cosby. Again, it's knocked out by Hoyle, but a whistle blown and a foul called on her. The officials wanting to slow down the game for some reason. We're 18 seconds away from the finish line, folks. Cosby fires up the first free throw, can't connect. 1 of 3 from the field or from the free throw line. Second free throw here for Cosby is good. 2 for 4 as Wilkins getting pressured by Kerrigan. Cosby weaving by her. Clemens down low. Pump fake off the glass. Can't hit it. Less than 10 seconds remaining. Kerrigan Cosby with the basketball getting trapped. Over to Catherine Cosby. Pass over to Moosey Lewis. 2-1 and a cheap basket there by Warren Wilson will make it a 13-point victory. The NATOs 75-62. They prevail. They move to 12-4 on the campaign. By far the best 16-game start of the Donald Hudson era here at Brevard, and the NATOs truly a force to be reckoned with so far this season. McKenna Parkins had 13 points and 4 rebounds. Michaela Street, the freshman, 12 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 6 of 8 from the line. Nalia Boyce with 11 off the bench, 7 rebounds for her as well, 4 of 5 from the field, very efficient. 10 points each for Christina Roney and Aisha Short. And both of them had 4 rebounds apiece and 3 assists apiece. Very similar stat lines for the two of them. Olivia Miller, 9 points, 3 of 8 from the field, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. Jada Wilkins and Callie Wells with 4 apiece. Journey Tyler with 2 points. Melanie Hoyle, Shania Hauser, and Callie Clemens, the 3 Tornadoes that checked in without scoring. Moosey Lewis, 17 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. Carmen Eccles, 10 points. Kana Parker and Autumn Fritz with 9 points apiece. Jenna Underko, 6 points. Catherine Cosby, 6 points as well. Cisco McMullen with 5, and then Kerrigan Cosby, Sade Lawrence, and TJ Sanders, the 3 that checked in without scoring. Team stats, 24 of 73 from the field for Brevard, 32.9%, 33.3%. It ended up pretty even. Warren Wilson, 22 of 66. From 3, the NATOs, 5 of 32, 15.6% clip. And again, a kind of astounding. They've been winning games with ease, shooting terrible from beyond the arc. If you look at it objectively, have not shot the 3-ball well these last few games and have still cruised to wins every time. I mean, a nail-biter against Southern Virginia that really ended up being an 8 to 10-point win at the end, a blowout over Mary Baldwin, a blowout here over Warren Wilson. And so it's just astonishing to me that they've shot the 3-ball that poorly and still just ran teams out of the gym. 6 of 22 for Warren Wilson from beyond the arc, a 27.3% clip. Not good, but better than the Tornadoes in that regard. 22 of 27 from the free throw line, 81% for Brevard, 12 of 20, 60% for Warren Wilson. 23 turnovers for the Owls, 14 for the Tornadoes. Points off turnovers. NATO's winning that battle 19 to 10. Total rebounds dead even at 49 apiece. 2 more offensive rebounds for Brevard, 2 more defensive rebounds for Warren Wilson. 11 assists for the Owls, 14 for the Tornadoes. 6 blocks for the Tornadoes, as well as 14 steals, both of those more than Warren Wilson. NATO's with 4 less fouls, 24 to 20. Bench points, a really staggering stat. 37 points off the bench for the Tornadoes, 15 for Warren Wilson. Points in the paint, fairly even, 34-30 advantage Tornadoes. Fast break points, 20 to 7 in favor of Brevard. 75-62, the final score here at the Bosch. Leading scorer, McKenna Parkins with 13. The anchor for the Tornadoes and this squad. Next game for the Tornadoes Wednesday night here against Pfeiffer, capping off a 4-game homestand for the NATOs. Until then, it is Let's Go NATOs. This is Brady Penn signing off.